My name is Bronson Vaughn. I'm 18. I'm in Wabash Valley.
So, did you ever think you would find yourself in a maximum security adult prison?
No.
So, tell us what that feels like to be 18 and be in a place like this.
I feel like I made the wrong decision, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard, but I made the wrong decision, and I gotta live with it now.
And how long is your sentence?
I have 15 to 7.5 years.
And how long have you been here already?
Since last May, so it's about 10 months.
So you've been here for 10 months. Has anyone come to visit you? Do you get very many visits from the outside? Tell me about visitation.
No, my people live too far away, so I don't really get visits at all.
Is that hard?
No, I get a call every week, and I get letters.
So that helps.
Yeah.
So tell me about being roommates with Blade. How's that gone? Tell me about Blade.
Me and Blade, we're kind of like, he's like my brother, kind of. We met in CCU, that's in SAG. We get along for the most part.
You guys met in SEG.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? Were you both down there at the same time?
Yeah.
How'd both of you end up in SEG?
I got into some trouble, and I guess he did too.
And so they put you down there.
Yeah.
And so then once you came back, then you were roommates after that?
Yeah.
But you weren't roommates before that?
No.
Okay. So tell me what it's like, living with a 15-year-old. You're 18. How is that living with such a young kid in a facility like this?
Sometimes, he is young and he does play a little bit, but we gotta respect each other's boundaries. That's how I did it.
So today, 2 new kids came onto the unit. I don't know if you knew that yet or not. And 2 of the other kids that had been here for a while left. What's it like for you watching guys leave while you're still here? Tell me about guys leaving the unit.
Well, we're all eventually gonna go. It's something to accept. I'm gonna leave once I get my GED.
And transfer out to another?
Yeah. Probably a level 2, so I can be close to my family.
Are you scared for that day when you get transferred to an adult facility?
No, I'm pretty much gonna do the same thing I do here. Stay to myself. Try to stay out of trouble as much as I can.
So it doesn't make you nervous to think about, at least in this unit, you're around other kids. Does it make you nervous to think about going, into a general population with all adults?
No, I was in my county, was around adults, so it's pretty much the same thing, just with adults.
And what about when new kids come on the unit? What's that like? How are you going to treat them? How do you feel about new guys coming in? And if you could just start by saying, like, when new guys come in.
When new guys come in, I might try to help them out. Tell them you can sit here or something at a table, so they don't get in any altercations with anybody's seat. People like to sit the same seat, but I'll probably try to help them out as much as I can.
Because I would imagine when you first come into a place like this, it's kind of scary. Initially, you have to be kind of scared.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous at first, but I kind of got used to it. Really nasty rash, man. You want this trade? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. If they talk about like the cases.
Shit. Only thing she said about my case, asked me if I still remember. Shit.
You should say like what do you think about being here and shit, like stuff like that.
Wasn't really nothing. Not that deep.
No worries, we're out of here. Thanks.